I, along with, I guess, many people throughout the world, were surprised to hear that on what supposedly it seems to be the 5th ballot that the cardinal electors took, that they elected a cardinal from Buenos Aires in Argentina, who now has taken the name Francis I. What's interesting about this is the first time in over 1,000 years that a pope has been elected from an area outside of Europe. In fact, the first time a pope has been elected from what is called the New World. What do we know about this 266th pope, the 265th successor of St. Peter? He's a member of the Society of Jesus, also known as the Jesuits. He was a professor of literature and philosophy. He also had a degree in chemistry. He lives a very simple life. In Buenos Aires, he doesn't live in the Archbishop's residence. He lives in an apartment. And he cooks for himself. And he takes the bus to work. He's a man of prayer. He's considered beloved in Argentina because he has this great love of the poor, and it's known throughout his nation. Some suspect that he was the runner-up in the last election when Pope Benedict was elected. And his name is Francis, the St. Francis of Assisi, the great saint that the world seems to consider beloved. He's a man of peace, but especially he's a man of prayer. Right after his election, right after his introduction to the whole world, as he came out onto the balcony, he invited that crowd of over 100,000 people, and in reality, the whole world, to pray for Benedict, his predecessor. And so they prayed the Our Father, that common prayer that exists between all of Christianity. And then he did something very special. He invited all the people in St. Peter's Square, and in fact in the entire world, to pray over him. For he invited the people to give him their blessing. And so this man, who now is the head of state and head of an organization of 1,200,000,000, he bowed his head and invited the people to pray over him. I think that gives a great indication of who Pope Francis will be in the years to come. He will be a man of prayer. He will be the face of Jesus. And he will invite all of us to be people of prayer. And he will invite all of us to be reflections of God in all that we do and all that we say. And so I invite Catholics of the Diocese of Knoxville, and really people of goodwill, to pray for this great man who now will lead the Catholic Church, but in some ways lead Christianity as we journey into the future.